What is going on, guys? Smooth Racing here, back with another video, and today's video is the F1 2014 The Game news and latest updates. This is the first episode then of the series, and basically in the series we'll be giving you all the latest news on the 5th installment of the Codemasters F1 franchise. We'll also be giving our opinions on how Codemasters can improve F1 2013 for F1 2014. So then, in this episode, mainly I'm going to be talking about career mode and how they can improve career mode, and also how they can make career mode be longer and a bit more replayable. Because after the season, it comes, after a couple of seasons, it's kind of just the same. Every season's the same, with the drivers being the same, and also the teams and the liveries are all the same. So first of all, then, I want to talk about this idea of being the driver. We sort of touched on this in 2010 and 2011, where you're trying to live the life of the driver like you're a real Formula 1 driver. So obviously F1 2010 and 11 showed this through the motorhomes, so I think that was very cool. We have the motorhomes with sort of the team logos, like the Ferrari 125, really scarlet red motorhomes with the big Ferrari badge embroidered in the middle of it. Also have interviews then. It'd be good to have like David Croft. I know he's been in I think he's been in 3 of the F1 games, 2011, 2012 and 2013, so I'm sure they could easily get him back to maybe do some interviews. They just need to find a way of making the interviews, not the same, maybe have some different ones, have different, like you're in your second season now. Last year you came 4th in the Bahrain, what do you think you can do this year? Just questions like that really make the career mode long, because in 2010 and 2011 we did find that you were being asked the same questions after every race, which was quite frustrating. But now, compared to now, I just like the menus of F1 2010 and F1 2011. It was so much better than the F1 2012 and 13 with the wind tunnel. I mean, I like the idea of 13, it's all glossy menus, but this is an F1 game. We want to be the driver rather than just being in the wind tunnel. So also then we could have a manager mode system. This is where you'd be the team boss or team principal of a team, and you'd have to employ all the staff. Maybe you could employ 2 drivers, maybe you could design the livery. That would be pretty cool, but I'm not sure about licensing. Just now, of course, I'm pretty sure the Codemasters games are going to be on next gen. I think they have basically confirmed it, and it'll be pretty certain. I just hope though that it will be on 360 and PS3 rather than just a next gen exclusive. So this manager mode then, that would be pretty cool, but I can't really see that happening. Maybe in the future, but certainly not in the next F1 title. So another point then, GP2, GP3 or Junior formerly, just sort of adding in the step before Formula 1. Obviously I think they should just scrap the Abu Dhabi test. It's not really working, I don't think. It's a nice setting for the players new to the F1 franchise, but I'm pretty sure most people who are playing the F1 games have probably played them before, or they know how F1 works. It's just a very small audience that don't know how to play the F1 games or don't know much about F1. So I think that could be optional, or you might just be in GP2 and GP3. Maybe you're in GP3 for say 4 races, then you do a full season in GP2 before graduating to Formula 1. I mean, I don't know if they're going to get licenses for that. It's also a tricky thing, licenses. I'm sure if Codemasters could, they probably would implement GP2 and GP3 into the game, but it's quite hard to get the licensing for it. But we have seen with Milestone, they've done it brilliant with MotoGP and WRC. They've managed to get the lower formulas for them, and that's worked very well in those 2 games. So then our next point, a classic car career mode. This would be interesting then. Obviously we've got all the classic cars. I'm sure they could add, and probably will add, some more classic cars, probably from the 70s era, and hopefully from the noughties or the 00s era. That would be pretty cool. Probably cars I'd like to see from them would be 2009 Brawn, if possible a 2008 McLaren, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to get rights to that, and probably the 2005 or 2006 Renault. I mean, of course, some of the Michael Schumacher winning Ferraris, but of course they've only so far got rights to the Ferrari cars and the Lotus and the Williams cars. So really only Ferrari did well in the early part of the 2000, sort of 2000 to 2009, I suppose you'd call it. I mean, they could add like the Sebastian Vettel car, put the 2010, 2011, 2012 Red Bull in, but I'm not sure. It's kind of wouldn't feel that classic, but I would like to see, say, that 2009 Brawn or the 2004 Ferrari. So that's been it then for this video. If I've missed anything out that you would like to see in career mode, please let me know in the comments. And if you agree with any of the points I've made, or if you disagree with any points I've made, be sure to put your comments into the comment section below, and I will reply to all of them if they are appropriate. So I've been Smooth Racing then, and I'll see you next week for another episode of F1 2014, the game news. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.